Okay, I am so excited about our next presenter. As you know, you have heard Rose's story, and now you get to hear her story from herself. And I am so excited that you get to meet her today. And her mom, Kathy, is here, and her dad, Kurt, is here. So I am going to turn it over to them right now.
Thank you, Miss Carol. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here today. Me sitting here today tells you the end of the book, like when you read the last chapter first. Today, I'm excited to tell you the beginning, and I hope to leave you looking forward to reading the sequel. Raised on a small hobby farm in Danville, Kentucky. Along with my older brother and sister, I got off to a good start. My parents had the same expectations for me as they did for my older siblings. My mom used to say to others, treat her like any other kid, but remember, she has Down syndrome. What she meant was, just give me a little time and I can get there. I had a typical childhood, vacations with family, t-ball, dance lessons, and competitions. However, there were three important pivotal events in my life that made me who I am today. The first pivotal event was early intervention with first steps. My physical therapist taught me to roll over, stand, and walk. However, it was my occupational therapist that really helped me the most. Miss Ruth knew how important it was to help me integrate my senses, so she taught my family the Wilberger protocol brushing therapy. I went from being a baby blob to a baby interacting with her environment. I started crying and making my needs known. Additionally, we did sensory exercises like swimming and packing popcorn balls, playing with different textured dog toys, playing in water, and we listened to classical music every night. We also did vestibular training, swinging in all directions in a special platform swing. And Mrs. Ruth absolutely insisted that I crawl. She said it was critical that I get the input from my hands to my brain, so I would be later better able to write. My parents taught me sign language. Using tiny time music videos, my family would sing the songs with me and practice the signs. When I was 6, I was ready for preschool. I started school signing about 100 words, but only speaking 1 to 2 word sentences. Sadly, the school did not agree to speech therapy over the summer, so my parents took me for private speech therapy. Miss Sarah was another amazing therapist. The first month we did upper body and core exercises. Miss Sarah said that I had to have tongue control before I could speak. We also did cold unlimited swab therapy to all my throat muscles because I had no gag reflex. I had no control over all those muscles needed for speech. She swabbed and swabbed for months. Then one day, I finally responded and gagged. By the end of the summer, I was speaking 5 word sentences. I was ready for first grade, but first grade wasn't ready for me. School started, and we immediately had challenges. Some people decided how much I could learn before I even got started. Some people tried, but they didn't have the right tools to help my brain. I was diagnosed in first grade with rheumatoid arthritis. I was often fatigued and irritable. In third grade, my parents heard these words. Rose can't learn it anymore. You need to take her off the diploma path. My parents said no. Then
Hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna get a
Then they met Dr. Carol Brown. Miss Carol had never worked with a child with Down syndrome before me, but she was confident that her program could help me. We played all the games you are learning about. I was pretty good at sending out words, but they did create a picture in my brain, so they didn't have any meaning. We worked really hard on that, and soon my comprehension caught up to my word recognition. Now I love to read. My mom used I see you making a good choice, and this helped my behavior at home and at school. We practice presents for long-term memory. I still know them. Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Meurer, Jackson, Van Buren, Harrison, Tyler, Polk, Taylor, Fillmore, Pierce, Buchanan, Lincoln, Johnson, Grant, Hayes, Garfield, Arthur, Cleveland, Harrison, Cleveland, McKinley, Roosevelt, Taft, Wilson, Hardin, Coolidge, Hoover, Roosevelt, Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush, Penn, Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden. We played arrows and other games for visual processing speed and working memory. Blink was my favorite game. I still love to play it because I usually always win. All these important brain functions, it wasn't that I couldn't do it. I just needed to learn to do it. We didn't do any traditional tutoring in math, reading, or science, but we starting seeing improved test results across all subjects. My scores are the black lines. Over the next several years, if my scores start to drop a little, Miss Kill and I would get back together and work some more and ours improved. This brain training also helps me with my passion, dancing.
Wait. Is it gonna play? It won't play. I had a little video clip. It won't play. We may be able to pull it up and move. Okay, that's okay. All right. Go ahead and go on.
I was able to learn complex dance moves. Which brings us to the end of the first book. High school graduation 2020. Woohoo! Now we are facing a new set of challenges. Employment. Sadly, despite hard work by students, families, and teachers, only 27% of people with disabilities can find full-time employment. I have a job, but I want more. I want a career. In 2023, I created my own blend of coffee with my brother Russell at Swiss Mountain Coffee. Here are some pictures of me picking out the beans and washing them, testing different combinations, and creating my final signature product, ballerina, a dance of flavors from Brazilian, Indonesian, and Caribbean beans. I named it ballerina because I love to dance. With my parents' help, I now sell my coffee at local markets, conferences, and through fundraisers and other events. My mom and I also make coffee stain art and other crafts. Our artwork is on display at the Blue Wave Riverside Art Gallery in Louisville, Kentucky. I will be teaching an art class there over the summer. Here are some pictures of the coffee stain art we do. Although this has been fun, I have decided to launch a career in public speaking. I love to advocate for others with Down syndrome. My sister and I just presented a poster at Duquesne University last week, about emergency preparedness. I also love to talk about my coffee. When people buy my coffee or sell my coffee as a fundraiser, they not only get a great cup of coffee, but they give me a job and help me towards reaching my goal to open a local coffee roaster in Charlestown, Indiana. Thank you for listening to my story. I'm so glad you are here today learning about how to help your students. And if anyone wants to play a game of Blink, I'll take you on. Please come and try some delicious coffee out in the lobby. Thank you. And assume that I can. So maybe I will.
Okay, so we have to ask, who's gonna challenge Rose to a game of Blink? You heard the challenge.
They're awesome.
For those of y'all, no one, they are scared to death. And Natalie. Okay, Natalie.
Okay.
Um,
You got your
so-
black cards.
yeah, and there's some right here. So let's decide if we're doing new Blink or old Blink. Which deck do you want to do?
This is an opening.
Okay. Let me grab it. And, okay, great. So I do have to tell you that in 2015, so 9 years ago, was the first time Rose spoke at conference in Danville, Kentucky, and down in the Perry County area at KVEC, Doug Smith, if you know Doug. Okay, you've got to tell him that you saw Rose, because we always tell this story. Doug tells this story. If you just say you saw Rose, he'll know exactly what you're talking about. And Doug came up and tried to beat her in Blink.
But he didn't. Did I beat him?
You're about to beat me too.
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna try to beat you.
You're ready now.
yeah. Now Natalie is about to graduate and be a speech and language pathologist.
Okay.
She's a speech therapist, but she was Clayton's student.
I did not know that. Congrats to you, Clayton.
And so, and I will tell you, yes, I remember one of the first times and we hadn't talked about it, but, you know, when we would use the ICU to help with Rose following directions for good choices, ICU making a good choice. And there was one day you actually were not getting your coat to leave. And your mom said, I see you getting your coat. And what do you see yourself doing? And you said, I see myself staying here. Is what you said. And then your mom said, well, I see this happening. And she told you the consequence. And she said, what do you see yourself doing? And you said, I see myself getting my coat. And you did it.
I learned it from my beautiful mother
You did.
and also from my father as well
Yeah.
that I love the most. I love both of my parents.
Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna put 2 down. Now, do y'all want to sit down and play?
I'd rather play standing up.
Okay, we will do that. Okay. And I'm gonna make sure it's even. Oh, that's right. Let me work on the camera. Just a minute. Okay, so ladies, here we go, but just a minute. Hold on. Let me go ahead and I am going to let me see, hold on, wait, please. Let's see if I can. And, okay, so I need, yes, this is being recorded. Okay, so let me make sure. There it is.
Wait, so what we've done so many things with the blank cards
Okay,
today.
when-
I need to know what I'm doing.
Okay, you can play the number, the color, or the shape.
Okay,
Now, this is when you have to say, you know, yellow on yellow,
okay,
one on
Thank you.
one,
Yep.
triangle on triangle, like, like, and you can have the cards face up in your hands if you want to.
okay,
It's up to y'all. Yeah.
all right,
You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Go.
one-on-one. Oh my
Say what you
goodness,
did.
gray on gray,
Yeah.
gray on gray. You
Say
can
what you
skip
do.
them? Okay, star on star.
No.
Oh, shoot. Star on star, gray on gray. Raindrop on raindrop. Oh my goodness. Yellow on yellow. Flower on flower. Red on red. Red on red. Brown on brown. 4 on 4. Brown on brown.
4 on 4, 1 on
Moon
1,
on moon.
3 on 3.
3 on 3. Yellow on yellow. Green on green.
Oh,
Raindrop on raindrop. Flower on flower. Blue on blue. 5 on
What?
5. Blue on blue.
Okay, so,
Thank you. Nice.
yeah, so.
I've been practicing playing blank with my parents, and I beat my mom twice at my grandma's, and she beat me once, and I beat her again. And now I finally beat my dad for the first time.
Wow. So what I want you to add, okay, because we used to do this, and then an advanced step, which she was doing, is where you can say, okay, you don't have to say it, but when you have to say blue on blue, triangle on triangle, 5 on
Or-
5,
2 blue flower.
yes, like when we're doing that,
Yeah, I've
taking
been-
turns.
Doing that at home before this.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Mhm.
And have you been using your new cards?
No.
Okay, so what we get to do with these, we can play these just like Blink, actually. I know you're used to Blink, but I'll have to make sure you get to learn all the ways to do this. So I do want to open this up because when we used to do the presidents, a lot of times we would throw a ball to each other.
Yeah.
And I would say Washington and she would say Adams, and we would go back and forth when we did it. And it was super fun when she was learning them because she learned them so easily that I texted Kathy and I was like, does Rose already know her presidents? And she was like, no. And I said, Rose, we're going down to see the principal. And we went down. And I said, I just need to ask, have y'all been learning the presidents? And she's like, well, no. And I said, well, Rose just learned the first 20. And so she sat down and you told her, and they were just amazed. Okay. Now, what's also amazing, is that as incredibly well as she did. The school never had me come in and train anyone there. Which was always just like, you all saw this, the superintendent saw it. You all see that the results are published everywhere. And just like I tell the story all the time that Kathy, you know, mentioned how when she said, you know, I want to put this in our IEP, and you saw my face because I never worked with anyone with Down syndrome. And when she said, I need you to do with Rose what you would do with anyone else. And I took her seriously. And I'm going to ask you all to take us seriously, because when I met her in 4th grade,
It wasn't in 4th grade.
well, I met you before that.
Yes.
We started doing Equipping Minds in 4th grade. That was our first year.
Yes, but we also started working together in 3rd grade when I was 13.
Okay. So, but yeah, okay. But I knew her from church. I knew her from church, and
Yeah.
I had seen her at church and everything. And yeah, and we used to, when we would do our animals, not just the animal page, but we kept doing a regular list of make a list of animals, and we would do alphabetically. Remember that?
Yeah.
So we would say animals that start with A and B
Mm-hmm.
and C, and then we might be reading a story. And I remember one day we read a story about a platypus, and she's like, oh, P, we need to put that in our P. And we had not said platypus before, but she could hold on to what we were doing. And then one day she was doing so well at tic-tac-toe. Are we going to do it?
Yes.
We're going to do it?
We're gonna do it.
Yes, we're going to do it.
We're gonna do tic-tac-toe because I've not been doing tic-tac-toe for a while. But now I'm going to do it for today for you guys with Miss Carol Brown.
Okay, so are we doing it on our mind?
No, I would like to do it for real.
Okay, we're putting down pieces? No, you mean in our mind.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So where do you see yourself going?
I see myself putting a X on the 8.
Oh, on 8. I see myself putting an O on the 5.
I see myself putting a X on the 6.
Okay, I'm gonna see myself putting a circle on the 3.
I see myself putting a X on the 7.
She stopped me. She stopped me. Okay, I see myself putting a circle on the 9 to stop you.
I see myself putting a X on the 1.
You stopped me again. Okay. I see myself. Oh, let me stop and think. You stopped me. Oh, wow. I see myself putting, I think I'm gonna regret this. No, I'm gonna see myself putting a circle on the 4.
I see myself putting a X on the 3.
I'm on the 3.
Oh, wait. Hang on. I see myself putting a X on the 5.
I'm on the 5. There's one spot, nobody's gone.
I see myself putting a X on the 6.
You're on the 6.
I see myself putting X on the 9.
I'm on the 9. Cause you stopped me on the 1.
Wait. Trying to think.
Where did you go first?
On the 9.
Well, on the,
No,
your
no,
first,
no, I was on the 8.
yeah, you were on the 8. I saw myself on the 5. You went on the 6.
Mm-hmm.
I went on the 3. You stopped me on the 7.
Yes.
I stopped you on the 9.
Mhm.
You stopped me on the 1. And because I saw you on 1 and 7,
Mhm.
I stopped you on the 4. And there's a spot nobody's gone.
Oh, I got it. I see myself putting X on the 2.
Yes. Nicely done.
Thank you.
So do you see how we just kept working that and going back over it? Were y'all following? Y'all were working on following. Yeah. And did you, and once again, the most amazing thing, and it's why she is here today and where she is. She kept working it. She didn't give up. She kept thinking.
And I
Be-
keep on working on. I keep on working very hard. I never give up. Both of my parents told me not to give up.
Right.
And I not giving up. I just don't. I'm gonna keep on staying busy. I'm in a new career, along with both my parents' help.
Carol, could you tell them about the study at U of L
So-
with the working memory?
Right. So I didn't tell the whole thing.
What I remember most was, so they did all this testing with Rose.
Here, come on up. So the group, we get it recorded.
So when we did this research study, they did all kinds of testing with Rose. And one of them was manipulating numbers. And there's several of them. I don't remember all of it, but that stuck in my mind because I remember the researcher saying she manipulated 4 digits in her mind. Like she could do them forwards and backwards. She goes, people with Down syndrome can't do that. Like, well, she just did.
I just
You know?
did, and I know my mom's phone number backwards.
Do you?
Yes, I do. 07747979958.
Wow. Okay.
And that helped her too at school. She was able to remember her combinations.
Oh, I remember
You
that
know,
story.
You know, it's like, oh my gosh, where's the card for your locker number or whatever? She goes, it doesn't matter, Mom, I know it. And then she rattles off this list of numbers. So it was really neat to see it translate into everyday
Well, and I
things.
think they said when they did the testing that her working memory was so high that nobody would believe it.
Yeah.
And then once again, we started a pilot study and with 8 students, and then they decided to drop it. And they said what had happened with Rose. They're the ones who told me. Remember, I think I told y'all this. They said what she did, what Equipping Minds did and generalized to academics has never been done before. And that her 4-year case study, as we looked at, is published in all these books, okay, and all these journals. But yet I never heard from their Department of Brain Sciences again. And even at national conferences with Down syndrome, I may be asked to present a proposal, but it's not selected. And, but if you go to Down syndrome and Equipping Minds, there are over 1,200 members. And so it's the parents like Kathy and Kurt and Andy's son happens to have Down syndrome. And Amy and Chris and others who said, no, we have higher expectations. We know that they can learn. And so those are the parents, and that's you all too. That's everybody that's at this conference. We all believe that there is so much there. And so just being encouraged, because really it is, we're pushing back on what the system says, because I share all the time that in that first IEP meeting, that if the director of special ed hadn't been on board, everybody else in the room was looking like, I can't believe this is getting approved. And
Yeah, I remember walking out of that meeting, we both looked at each other like, oh my gosh.
it's approved. They're not happy, but it's approved.
Yeah.
Yes. So going and moving to North Carolina was probably just a real godsend.
Yeah, it's really a big move because I have to leave my very close best friend, but it's very hard. Yeah.
But you're doing a lot here. You're an
Yeah.
ambassador now for Down syndrome of Louisville.
Yes, I am. I'm an advocate for one of Down syndrome of Louisville's members. I am very excited to be one of their advocates because as a advocate, our job is to help people, to encourage them, that we can help them to find a job, to know what you have to do before you get the job. And if they are struggling with few little problems, don't be afraid to go out there and lend a helping hand to others. I can do that.
One thing that I've tried to tell groups that are helping people with Down syndrome or disabilities to get jobs is I think they all need to do Equipping Minds.
I think so too.
Okay, and so because you know Equipping Minds, that's
Mhm.
also something that you could do as even part of your job.
Yes.
Okay, because you know it so well. Because this could be just a great part of any kind of job training, actually for anybody. We'll even have nurses that call us and say, I'm about to lose my job. I cannot remember everything. Can you help? Let alone, they always advocate for, we need to give people with disabilities more jobs. But as you said, 27%?
Yes, 27% of people with disabilities that can find full-time employment jobs around the world.
And so, and many times they might get in a job and they're not able to hold on to the information like you can because your memory is so strong.
Mhm.
And so, and then, they got the job, but then if you can't hold, that's the thing. They want to work, they want to do it, but if you don't train their brain to be able to hold on to it, then there's only so far you can go and how many directions you can follow at a job, or just like how many numbers you can hold on to. And if I asked all of y'all to even say your own phone number backwards, let alone somebody else's today. I think she also one time misplaced her library card and she remembered the entire, the digits with it. So does anybody have any questions for Rose here? I'm going to check on the chat. I have lots of comments. Okay, let me go. Whoa, how do we have that many new messages? Wow, I am really behind on the chat. Sorry, y'all. You're inspiring. Yay, 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 Rose. What an encouraging presentation. Well done. Wish I was there to buy some of your coffee and play you in Blink. So how can they buy your coffee? Can they online?
They can.
They can buy my coffee online. They can just scan the barcode on my flyer what by my dad. When they scan the barcode, it will take you to the official website of my coffee, and my brother also can help to sell of my coffee and his coffee.
It's so it's his he's the roaster. So SwissMountainCoffee.com, you could order it there, or you could go to Coffee Creations. That's our company where we do the art and everything. We do most of our sales right now just through little local things.
Okay.
You know, we don't have a big online
And are you
presence.
here in the area?
We're in Louisville, Southern Indiana, actually.
Yeah, it was Charlestown, Indiana.
Did I understand you to say, Rose, that you do sell coffee for fundraisers?
Yes, ma'am.
So if I'm going on mission, I can sell your coffee as my fundraiser?
Yes,
Okay, yes.
yes.
And I
And I
can
have
learn
some,
all of that here on the website?
yes, and I
Of
have
course.
some cards about the fundraising back there that I can give you. It helps both causes. You know, it helps the club or whoever. We just did one with Ivy Tech and Southern Indiana, and they had a great time with
And
it.
Charleston High School and Florida Central.
Because you know, it's not just helping the club, it's also helping her. And then we can open that coffee roaster.
Okay,
roaster
I
down.
think I just got the dance. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. Hold on.
Play your dance.
Let me share screen.
She choreographed this herself.
Can I?
So, yeah, you want to?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
okay.
try.
Before you actually watch this dance, I actually competed in a dance competition at Showstoppers in Myrtle Beach with my family. I decided to choreograph a dance all by myself, and the song that I did for that dance competition was "Truth I'm Singing On" by Leanna Crawford. It's a beautiful song, and I think and I think it's very beautiful. Anyway, after I won a second place for first place gold trophy for it, and it's really exciting. And it make my mom really happy. So I started dancing when I was 5 for 16 years.
Okay.
So
Okay, so
go
let's
ahead and
take,
watch my dance.
Scared. Oh, I thought I knew I was scared. But I'm so filled with fear. I can barely move. Now I've had my share of doubt. Never more than right now. I'm wondering where are you? You're on the edge of all the dark. Somehow your promises find this is the truth I'm saying. Even when my strength is gone, you are faithful forever. And I know you'll never let me go. Oh, right now, I'm choosing to be something so you see all the pain and the burdens. Your hand was burning all around. This is the truth I'm saying. My strength is gone. You are faithful.
Wow.
Thank you. I am now continuing on dancing because dance is dance is not who I am, it's who I really am. Because dance is just makes me very happy, and that's how I express my true feelings to others, and also dancing just makes people very happy because if you have a talent like singing or playing a musical instrument or dancing, you can do it all. You just need to find your inner talent and just take that somewhere else that you love so much in your life or through the or through your family that you also love. I just decided to keep on dancing for the sake of my family's love.
Yeah, I don't think that she could do that if she hadn't done Whitney Hines. To be able to, learn dance steps and then come to the point where she's now choreographing and remembering. I mean, she knows every week it's a new dance that she's doing. And it's because her brain can manipulate that information. I mean, the transformation in her in fourth grade, fifth grade was phenomenal. And we did Equipping Minds off and on through middle school, and then we moved to North Carolina, but we did some online learning as well, for off and on for a couple of years. So it's been a while since we've done any of this, but it still follows through, those skills were learned, that brain was taught to think. And that was really, typical people just kind of learn, it just comes naturally, but she just had to be taught how to do it. And that's what this did. So, it really transformed her life. So.
It really is. I just beginning to do this for my life, and also when I'm having trouble of learning something new, I could just go with my family, my parents, my siblings, all the relatives in my family that can help me to get through whatever I am trying to learn. My big support family can help me.
And knowing when to ask for help, and doing that.
Thank you all for listening.
Yeah.
Thank
So-
you so much for listening.
Okay, so we will share, yes, we will share all Rose's contact information, the coffee information. We'll actually even make sure that video of her dancing is a little bigger for y'all so you can see that. We are gonna break now and we're gonna have some coffee, okay? But then we'll be back here
Yes,
at
and
3:30.
yes, and another thing about my coffee, everyone, I have two new fall flavors. There's spice cake and also mistletoe. Those two are brand new flavors. And the bubbly one is my signature blend. It's just because I'm an accomplishment dancer. I think that it would be a perfect name for my coffee.
Yes.
Now,
I
if you
think
would
so.
like to go up and try my coffee, you can, and just feel free to smell the different flavors.
Okay.